Hello everyone, time for another virtual on the buses filming locations tour. Today I'm going to cover locations filmed in Stonebridge. Now Stonebridge here is an area of near to Wembley. This is Stonebridge in this area here. Wembley and the studios are up in this direction, so it's not too far. As you can see, it was very convenient for them to film at. Just before they go on to the location side of things, we'll zoom in here. You've got a big tower block there. Now, I'm reliably informed, John Lyons told me once that's where they all used to do their rehearsals. LWT had a block and a tower block here. I don't know whether that was all them or whether they hired out a couple of floors of it to do rehearsals on a Friday. He said they used to do the rehearsals in this tower block here, which is also in Stonebridge area. Okay, so I'll move on to the first location that I'm going to cover here. Now, this is Twybridge Way, which is in Stonebridge. If we have a look here, you've got number 43. Now, if you remember the episode when late again in Series 2, and at the very end of it, Stan goes along to his girlfriend, but Jack's already beat him to it. When he knocks on the door, Jack opens it and he leaves sad. He says, oh, I do all the driving. He comes along and punches the tickets. So Stan walks out here and he walks along in this direction. The giveaway here is all of these houses. You can see they're very distinctive. They've got little arched alleyways that lead in round to the back gardens, all the way down there. And you've got the telegraph poles that are still there as well. So that all tallies exactly. Now, they also used, just recently unearthed this location, they also used this in a scene from the episode Christmas Duty. You may remember the scene when Oliver's having to drive the motorbike to the bus depot because Arthur's come home drunk. So Olive drives and you see it coming down in this direction, the motorbike, briefly, and it's when Olive's putting out her hand signals and all of that. It passes this house here. Notice this house because of the window configurations stand out, and you can see the little blacked out bit. I think used to be the old road sign is still standing up there to this day as well. And the bike turns around in this direction, heads around and turns a bend here. Notice here because you've got exactly the same telegraph pole there as well, same house on the corner, and these houses are all identical as well. So the motorbike would have come down this direction and around this corner on Twybridge Way and onto Conduit Way. Okay, so on to our next locations. Now, we're now going on to Selwyn Road. If you remember the episodes Family Flu, and you see Stan coming back, he's bringing back shopping. So I can't really get the angle here for you to thingy, but the Butler house was here, number 34. The wall parts are exactly the same. The wall hasn't really changed at all. And if you have a look on the backdrops, the backdrop you see, because the camera films sort of like from this direction. So he's walking along across the road from this direction. That building is still there, exactly the same. The power station was a little bit more pronounced and it had bigger funnels and all of that there then, but that is still there as well. So Stan would have walked across and into number 34. You also see this later on when they put the when Jack puts the family into the taxi, send them off to Aunt Maud's. Taxi leaves from around about where that car is. The trees are still there as well to this day that you see in the taxi heads off in this direction. So that's all in Family Flu. They also used Selwyn Road again for the Butler house, but a different location on Selwyn Road. You may remember the episode again. This is Christmas Duty. You see the family coming out of number 3 Selwyn Road, which is here, and getting on the motorbike and sidecar. Excuse me. and you see them coming out here. You also see Stan and Jack in the later on episode Nowhere to Go, when they've hastily repaired the motorbike and sidecar, and the family heads off to Aunt Maud's, was all filmed around about here as well. It's still got that same black wrought iron fence as well. Now, from the episode Christmas Duty, you may remember the scene. You see the policeman walking up the street, and he's just walking up here. Sadly, there's a white van in the way here, but he's walking up the street here, and you see smoke pouring out of one of these houses here. So obviously they used one of these houses for the smoke effect, but the Butler house was actually further up the road here, and round here. So obviously they just used that effect there. So the policeman was walking up here past this wall, and you see the smoke billowing out of one of these windows here, and one to the rear of one of those properties. Now, also on Christmas Duty, again, this is before the scene I mentioned earlier, when Oliver is riding the motorbike. You see it rides up onto, after it leaves the house, it rides up onto the pavement and goes around this tree here. Now, obviously, you can see over the years this tree has grown a great deal. You wouldn't be able to fit our motorbike sidecar around there in any shape or form. So you can tell that they filmed that when that tree was a lot smaller then. But that's the tree that the bike goes around. And then it carries on, it films it carry on up Hazeldean, because that Selwyn Road changes into Hazeldean Road, and you briefly see the camera filming it from around about this direction, in this area here, and you see them passing these houses in the background. Now, they also filmed a Series 6 episode here, which was Private Hire. You may remember the scene when Stan and Jack are using the bus to ferry the furniture around, and this is where they pick the furniture up from. It's round about as this house here. So they pick out the buses parked here, and you see Jack mentions a piano, and Stan goes piano, and you see these houses in the background behind them. So this was also filmed on Selwyn Road. We know that it's here because of the houses that you see at the top of the road there, which tally exactly. You can see there's a big massive gap in between the two sets of houses there. Houses are exactly the same as well. So we know it was Selwyn Road. I think you've got the same wrought iron fence again there for the house that they're bringing the furniture out of. So that was all done on Selwyn Road, Hazeldean Road, sorry, this is Hazeldean Road, and Selwyn Road continues on further down the road round the corner. Okay, so there's another one here that doesn't exactly fall into the realms of Stonebridge, which is more like in the area of Park Royal, which is over in this direction here. You may remember the scene from, let's see, here we go. You may remember the scene from Private Hire again, when they go to a bookmaker's. The bookmakers would have been around about here, and it's been totally renovated, this area here. The houses have all gone. They were like old Victorian tenement blocks here all the way along here. They've been totally demolished, and now that's like a business park there. No, it's here because, mind you, there again, probably known about here. You've got the warehouses across the road there. This is where the bus parks. The bus parks around about here, because you've got the warehouse across the road that you see. That was a giveaway when I was looking for this location. So it's a good job that they never changed those. And when the bus takes off, Blakey comes along and he drives the bus off. The bus heads off in this direction here, passing this warehouse here on the corner, and heads off in that direction. The bookmakers that I mentioned earlier, which was SF and T. Morris, also features in an episode of Police, or I think it's when Hedges goes on to put a bet on for Potter in one of the episodes. It's something like that. I haven't actually seen the episode in a while, so I don't know if that plot line is correct, but it definitely features in an episode of Police, which is of course another LWT production. Okay, so this is Barrett's Green Road, by the way. This is in the area of Park Royal, which is really right next to Stonebridge. So just thought I'll throw that one in here as well. So that completes all the locations for Stonebridge. I hope you enjoyed that. And until I'll speak to you again, I'll say goodbye.